Welcome in. As you know, I'm the Crypto Bull God. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon for notifications. I have this interesting setup that I have when I'm traveling right now, so just trying to make sure I have access to comments as we move along here. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This is a live stream. You could sort of think of this as the Bitcoin Crypto Weekly close, but um, I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with me, and also just some thoughts on the channel moving forward. So part of the reason I've been a little inactive these past couple weeks, I have some exciting news that I'm actually starting a new job. So I've been at the same I was at the same company for several years, and accepted a job offer to start a brand new organization that's going to be coming up here. It's going to keep me quite busy. You know, anytime you start a new job, you definitely want to make sure that you impress upon the individuals who hired you and made that hiring decision. They made the right decision, right? So definitely going to be a little extra busy these next several months, but I am going to do my absolute best to continue to churn out content for you guys. I'm still going to be working remote, working for an organization that's more North Central based. Um, and I'm actually going to be traveling in there to meet everybody here in a few weeks, just to get a little bit of FaceTime for a couple days and meet everyone. But let's talk about the channel for a moment. The time away really these past several weeks has allowed me the opportunity to kind of self reflect on what makes the most sense for the channel moving forward, at least in the intermediate future. So I think one change you're going to notice on the channel is that as much as I love doing live streams, there's going to be, I would say, far less live streams, and there's going to be more TA driven videos, right? Shorter videos focused on a project. It could be Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, it could be HBAR, it could be Harmony One, etc. And I'm going to get those shorter TA videos out, and there's going to be less live streams. Am I doing away with live streams? No, the live streams are not going away. It's just they're not going to be as consistent. I'm not going to be doing 2 live streams a week. I'm going to be pushing to get more narrowly focused TA videos out there on a specific project. I could change the format of that. Who knows? Many months down the road, a year, 2 years down the road. But for now, that is what I think will be best for myself, as well as the channel. So that was but really both the announcements I wanted to make, both for myself personally, as well as I'm very excited about the new job. So myself personally, as well as the channel itself. So I have aspirations and I have had aspirations to get more video content out there every week. Um, I have a high degree of confidence that the material I provide is valuable to everyone who is willing to lend an ear. But in order for me to grow my audience, the reason that my channel is so small, it's on me. It's on me. I have to consistently get content out there every week, and I have not been very consistent, and I want to get better with that. So I think the more that I can consistently get more and more content out there every week, the broader my reach can be to help individuals, which is ultimately what I'm looking to do. So I love interacting with everyone here. I love helping everybody up and helping everyone out and doing a lot of chart knowledge here. So again, thank you for everyone tuning in. You will note, by the way, literally right before this live stream, I just recorded the first video, the first part of the Crypto AI Set the Rise TA video. It's on Artificial Liquid Intelligence, ticker symbol ALI. That video, I just got done recording it, went through the video editor, completed that. So that's going to upload later tonight, probably around midnight. So make sure to check that out and share it with others. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump into, I have several charts here laid out. We're going to quickly go through, spend a little bit more time on the charts that are more critical for you to understand what's going on currently, and also more important for you to understand what to be watching out for. So before we get into it, let's see what comments we have here. Kevin, welcome in. Good to see you, brother. YC, what's going on, CBG? That'd be me. What's up, YC? Brendan, good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Um, Kava, we can get into that. I'll give you my TA perspective because I mean I'm honestly not super familiar with the project. Thank you on the congratulatory notes. Yes, I'm very excited. I don't make job changes very often, and I felt it was um, just a business decision. It was needed for my personal growth. So this is the decision I feel very solid on. So thank you very much. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get into Bitcoin. Now, few things that I want to point out here. We're going to first take a look at the 12-hour chart. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, I've stressed the importance of the 12-hour chart. I'm going to have time this week to finally get out one of the videos I've been wanting to get out, which is a reassessment of the 12-hour chart and why this golden cross that we're looking at right now is so statistically significant. Not my opinion, just based on prior price data. You can see the 50 curled up, cross the 200. The 200 is curling up, which is the most important fact about this golden cross. You can see it rounded out, and now it's curling up. You can see we have held this roughly 21,473 price level as support. I've had this area drawn for a while. It's no surprise that we came down here, back tested, and have since gone up. Okay. Now, ideally, what do we want to see? What do we want to see on this chart? Ultimately, what we want to see, okay, we want this 200 to continue curling up, okay? And as it curls up, price action can come down here, it can wick below it, but ultimately we want to hang out around the 200. We don't want to start dipping way down here, right? We want to hang out around the 200 and continue moving upwards. That is ultimately what we want. So, to give you an example of something that would not make me scared, if price all of a sudden came down here into this $19,000 area and formed support and continued moving up, there's nothing surprising about that. Par for the course if you study the trends and the data from the past on this chart, okay? Now, why do I also feel inclined to bring this up? Not just because it's always a possibility, but one of the things that's been getting a lot of attention, and one of the things I've pointed out to you guys, there's bearish divergence that I've tweeted out, and I know other prominent people have spoken to on the 12-hour, and I believe the daily as well, okay? You can see here the RSIs are declining, okay? And this one, yep, this RSI is still lower than this RSI, right? So even though price has been going up and up and up, the RSI is going down, okay? That's what's going on. It's bearish divergence. It has a higher likelihood, okay? It doesn't have to, but it has a higher likelihood of ultimately playing out at some point to the downside, right? And what I could see playing out here, if I had to take an educated guess, I could see some nice, healthy consolidation at some point. Could we pop up to higher levels? Does price need to correct right now? No. Could we pop up to $28,000 or $30,000 and then see a sharp correction? Absolutely. But this is something you want to keep an eye on. The other thing is this could get negated. You can see temporarily, I have a line here drawn as resistance. We actually popped above it. We formed support. Now, it'll be interesting to see if we can negate the negative divergence, the negative bearish divergence, and we can start making higher highs. It's less likely, but it's a possibility. Ultimately, at some point, just like, I brought to your attention the bullish divergence on the weekly chart, if you guys have been here for a while, that panned out to the upside. Well, it didn't pan out right away, right? We saw price declining, and steadily declining, and then leveling out, and then ultimately a sharp rise in price, right? In this scenario, something very similar, in my opinion, is most likely. Okay, we could continue to see price rise and rise, but at some point there's going to be a sharp, healthy correction. Okay, ultimately, I just want to hold the 200 on the 12-hour. All right. Now let's take a look at the weekly, guys. You know that I've spoken to this major area of price confluence, right around 25 to 26,500. 25,200 to 26,500 is a major area of price confluence. Not only because of the red lines of resistance, and you can see the confluence here and the confluence here and the confluence here. There's a little confluence over here as well. You have two moving averages. Anytime price is below a moving average, we need to see it pop up above it. But the problem is, because we're below it, it's going to act as a ceiling, and it's going to take a lot of effort to pop through that ceiling. Could we break up? Could we break up here and come back down and back test to support? Sure, that would be mega bullish. But there's a higher likelihood, given the price confluence, that we're going to initially get rejected here and form some support lower before coming back up. Again, it's a not a game. I don't want to use the word game, but when I'm assessing the chart here and telling you what I see in the chart, it's just probabilities. That's all it is. There is no chartist out there that can tell you with certainty what is going to happen. More than likely, we're going to face some initial resistance here, get rejected, and then come back up, and on the second or third try, we'll break. Could we break the first time? Absolutely, but it is less likely. Now, one scenario that I had actually tweeted about, okay, about Bitcoin that fewer are expecting, which I certainly see as a possibility. It's less likely, but it would certainly catch a lot of people by surprise. What if the bearish divergence does not play out right away? We actually pop above 25,000 all the way up to say 28 to 30,000 before getting rejected and coming down and having say a 20 or 25% correction down towards 25,000, right? Historically, on bull runs, on massive bull runs up with Bitcoin, it is very common if you study the charts. And if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, you know this. We have gone back in history and we have looked at 30 to 35% corrections. So it's very possible that we could see some sort of price movement that would catch a lot of people by surprise, where we could come up here and people are getting real euphoric, and that's when price sort of dumps. Maybe we get a wick all the way down here to 22,000 and then essentially rest back up on this $25,000 area, right? We see about a 35% correction. That is very, very possible, okay? So I'm just trying to illustrate to you here something that most people do not feel will occur, and Bitcoin oftentimes likes to catch people by surprise, as we're very, very aware. Ethereum, how's the health of Ethereum? Guys, if you zoom out on this chart, this is Ethereum on a weekly. How in the hell can you not be bullish about this chart? I don't understand just looking at this how you can't be bullish, right? So we're sort of in this falling wedge formation that I had drawn out. We've actually broken above. You can see here, let me get off these moving averages. You can see the resistance here. We've broken above here, right? There's a major area of resistance on Ethereum at around, it looks like I have it drawn at about 1788. We're going to call it 1800. Once 1800 is broken, you better believe, more than likely, you see the low, the high, the higher low. It's all about breaking this high here at 2031. So more than likely, when we break definitively above 1800, we're breaking 2000. We are breaking 2000, and we're going to head towards levels up at around, I'd first look around 21 to 2200, and then there looks to be major price confluence at about 2500. I'll have to revisit areas of resistance, but the good thing to see on Ethereum is we've broken this downward resistance here. That is very, very encouraging to see on Ethereum. Remember, Ethereum is the largest altcoin. So goes Ethereum, so goes the rest of the market, as I always say on this channel. So we want to see a lot of strength in Ethereum to have conviction in the altcoin market. Now let's take a look at the 50 and 200. I didn't actually look at this prior to the video, but you can see here we're attempting to avoid a death cross on the weekly. I wouldn't be all too worried about it personally, but you can see that we're under the 50 simple moving average, so it's no surprise. Look at price trying to get above the 50, and it's having problems. That shouldn't surprise anyone. Let's take a quick look at the price indicators before we move on here. What are the price indicators telling us? MACD is looking solid. And that's something I forgot to look at on Bitcoin. Big thing on the weekly Bitcoin chart on the MACD, and you can see Ethereum is very close to it. The MACD went positive. It's been a long time on the weekly since the MACD went positive on Bitcoin. Very, very good to see. And similar to Bitcoin, we broke out of this descending resistance on the RSI. You can see we popped above it. We're trying to negate a lot of that. A lot of those lower highs on the RSI. Very good to see. So Ethereum, the way I would describe Ethereum right now, price has been stabilizing. Price has been stabilizing, and it is consolidating, looking like it wants to essentially bust a nut. Looking like it wants to break up, all right? So we're just going to have to remain patient. So another way we can assess the relative strength or weakness within the altcoin market, this chart, the Ethereum BTC chart. Guys, nothing has changed. We haven't looked at this chart in maybe about 2 weeks. Nothing has changed. This is on the weekly. Let's consolidate price action and put it on a 2-week. Okay. I am fully still expecting Ethereum to break out of this downward resistance and start coming up towards prior all-time high regions and create creating new all-time highs. There is nothing bearish about this view. This is a very, very healthy view. Ethereum's dominance, I shouldn't say Ethereum's dominance, Ethereum's price performance relative to Bitcoin, because that's what we're looking at here. Ethereum's price performance relative to Bitcoin is holding up very strong here. Look at all this healthy consolidation in this area here, okay? All this healthy consolidation. We're just waiting to break resistance, all right? Very, very good to see. Let's move on to Bitcoin dominance. Guys, nothing's changed. We got a bear flag. We have a descending triangle where we sort of had this fake out here, right? I've been speaking to this since I've been speaking to this formation. If you actually go to my Twitter profile, you see this is pinned on my profile since August 8th of 2022. And I said Bitcoin and crypto set to shock the world. Of course, this has taken a little bit longer than we would have thought, right? But the point of this video, and I went into great detail, is just as we can read any other chart and there are formations that are present that lend themselves to a higher and less likely direction for price, it's the same thing on the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? This is a bear flag descending triangle. More than likely, this thing's going to break way down. And if the Bitcoin dominance is going way down sharply, historically what that means is altcoins are massively outperforming Bitcoin. We should see a mega alt season. This whole thing is it's just taking a long time to play out. But this pattern is very, very valid, so keep an eye on it. The dollar, again, last live stream, guys, we spoke about this. Not surprising one bit to see this. I said, guys, more than likely we're going to see a little bounce here and come up to this 105 region. We're below the 50 simple moving average on the weekly, and also this 105 area is a major area, not a major area, but it's an area of price confluence, okay, from our run up. So it wouldn't be uncommon to see, because we've been oversold on the dollar, to see us come back up and hit 105 before getting rejected and then taking out 101 and going much lower towards areas of 99 and below. So something to keep on an eye on with the dollar. And if you're new here and you're not understanding why I'm bringing this up, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the performance of the DXY, which is the dollar index, it has an inverse relationship to both the stock market and crypto. So as one is going up, the other is going down in generalities, okay? Not at the exact same time, but in generalities, as one is going up, the other is going down, and vice versa. Perfect translation into the stock market, right? The stock market needs to do well for the cryptocurrency market to do well. Why? Crypto is a risk-on asset. If the stock market is plummeting in value, no one's going to want to get into XRP, which is the next project we're going to take a look at, or Bitcoin or Ethereum. No one's going to want to touch Digibyte, all right? Because it's very much a risk-on asset. So we need the stock market to perform well. And the area I keep talking about is 43.25. 43.25, if you've been here for a while, you know. Once we start to take out 43.25, I think it's a matter of time until we take out this high, and then we either double top and fool everyone at 4,800, or we start to create new all-time highs in the S&P this year, which is where I'm leaning, before a major correction, okay? But you can see this red area of descending resistance here. We've broken above. We've since broken above, and we've gotten above this key moving average, which is the 21 exponential moving average. Very critical that we've gotten above. Now, the one thing I don't like to see on this weekly, and again, the markets are actually closed today. It's President's Day. Yes, President's Day, okay? So the markets are actually closed today. So the next weekly candle will open up tomorrow on Tuesday, okay, at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is where I'm at. What I don't like to see on this chart, though, are these two red candles here. I mean, you have thin and a medium-sized red body with long wicks up. What is this telling me? What story is this creating? What image is this creating for me when I take a look at this chart? What it says is there's buyer exhaustion. Price is coming all the way up to this area, all the way up to this area, all the way up to this area, but it can't sustain itself. People are selling at this area to bring price down, okay? So I don't like to see that. I want to see some green come in here, some green thick red bodies like I'm seeing here. I'd like to see in these next couple weeks, we can come down, we can touch the 21 EMA, we could even come down and we could back test descending resistance because we know we like to do that. There is an area of price confluence at 3,900. Wouldn't surprise me to see a sharp correction to 3,900. All the bears come in and say, I told you so. Stock market's going to shit this year. But it's a fake out. We've back tested this major descending area of resistance, and we also have price confluence at 3,900 before we continue moving up. Okay, that would not shock me one bit. But look for the 43.25 on the S&P. Keep an eye on that. Now, I want to get into a few altcoins, and then I'll take a question or two and see what charts everyone would like to take a look at, and I'll get to the comments here in a moment. This chart we have not taken a look at in a long time. This is XRP on the weekly. Okay, I know there's a lot of people here who are supporters of Ripple and XRP like myself, and so they would appreciate a status update, right? I haven't given one in a while. Same thing, okay? Purple is 50, pink is 200 SMA. We have a death cross here. Not very worried about it. Has a lot of price history. To me, it doesn't mean a whole lot. It expresses weakness because there's been a lot of weakness in the market, but I'm not too concerned about that. What I am concerned is with this downward resistance. Let's break out of this downward resistance, okay? And we're gonna face some resistance at both the 250, right? What I would love to see in XRP is to get above this 200 weekly moving average. The 200 weekly moving average right now is sitting at 49.6 cents. 50 cents. Can we just call 50 cents, all right? I would love to see XRP get from 40 cents, which is currently where it's at, up to 50 and sustain itself, all right? There's been a lot of just boring price action in here. I want to see a move with volume and conviction to get above and stay above 50 cents, all right? And ultimately, the other area that you want to watch for, again, a low, a high, and a higher low. So we want to take out this high right here, which is at 56 cents. So once we can sustain 50 cents, let's break above 56 cents and start breaking up towards this 77 cent area, okay? That's what I'm looking for on XRP. Matic, man, what a price performer. What a price performer. Now, I had drawn this out many weeks back, okay? And the idea wasn't to tell you exactly where price is going, although right now it looks like it's doing just that. That wasn't the point of this chart. The point was to convey to you a low, a high, a higher low, and I'm hypothesizing that a higher high is going to come in. And I pointed towards 254. Could the higher high come in more towards this area of resistance around $1? Looks like $1.74, $1.75. Sure, we could come up here before getting rejected. Maybe we do something like this. Maybe we come up to $1.75 and reject down here to around $1 and then start moving up. Sure, we could do that. Point is, this is one of the strongest charts you will find in crypto. This thing, in my opinion, is setting up for a massive run once things get even much more bullish than they are now. I could see Matic. Now, as you know, if you follow me on Twitter, I had called for Matic to get into the top 10 by the end of 2022. I thought it would be pure insanity if it didn't, and it did. It broke into the top 10. I would say now, put me on record right now, I would say looking at, what is it, coinmarketcap.com. You definitely don't want to go to my Coinbase account. I don't have much money on the Coinbase exchange, but we don't want to look at that. There are, where is Matic sitting at? Yeah, so it's at number 9, right? I could see this thing shooting past XRP and challenging Binance, right? So really, if we remove the stable coins for a moment, you got Bitcoin number 1, Ethereum number 2, Binance number 3, XRP number 4, Cardano 5, and Polygon Matic 6. I could see Matic shooting all the way up to 4 and getting past XRP. And I could see that happening this year. I think that is very possible. I think Matic is going to have a very strong run this year. Now, if you guys know and you're really paying attention to me on Twitter, you know it's one of the only 2 projects I've decided that every day I make a daily purchase on Bitcoin. Something I'm holding, I'm not selling it at all. It's sort of like a supplemental. Wow, struggling there. It's live, people. It's live. It's a supplemental retirement account. Okay, so every day I'm just putting money in there, not paying attention to it. I'll take a look at it 10 years from now. Okay. Same thing with Polygon Matic. I've decided that every week I'm just throwing some money in there. I'm staking it on Binance US, and I'm just not going to pay attention to it. I'm just not going to pay any attention to it. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I see this one having a massive run here. So areas of resistance right now, we're getting a lot of strength. We're at $1.74 and 254. Once we clear $1.74, not a whole lot of resistance up here. You know, you got the $2 psychological level, but it's performing very well. Well, let's take a look at the price indicators real quick. Look at that MACD. Look at that MACD. MACD is positive. Look at the histogram turning dark green and turning up. Stochastic RSI is great. It's overextended. Things can remain overextended on the stochastic RSI for a bit. RSI is at a real healthy level, just below 60. Very, very healthy level. Matic to me is one of the sexiest looking charts out there. You know you're a nerd at heart when you're calling charts sexy. All right. We're going to do just a couple more charts, and then I'm going to get into any questions that you guys have. Oh, I just saw Holly said, hello. Good to see you, Holly. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you on the live stream. Okay, this is Digibyte on the weekly. Now, why are we talking about Digibyte? Because I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Digibyte, and I feel that it's very possible that you will literally see Digibyte go from a penny to 3 pennies in the matter of a week. Okay, so you can see a couple things to point out on this chart. First off, if we zoom in on the MACD, MACD is just about getting above the trigger line at 0. It's about to turn up into positive. Histogram's looking very healthy. But let's look at the RSI as well. Anytime the RSI has moved above this simple moving average in orange, the RSI is purple. These blue lines, what they denote is when that has occurred, and also there's been a massive rise in price. You can see it here, you can see it here, and you can see we're starting to get a rise here. Now let's go back to price action. You can see the massive rise in price here, the massive rise in price here, and now we're waiting to see what's going to occur here. The other thing to keep in mind is look at how low below these moving averages we are, okay? What we also want to see in all cases where we saw a meteoric rise in price, that was my word of the day today. If you watch the Crypto AI Set the Rise video that's going to get released today, apparently meteoric is the word of choice today. You want the 21 simple exponential moving average to cross above the 50 simple moving average. So in other words, you want that blue line to cross above the purple line. You can see it happen here. You can see it happen here, right? So we need price action to really begin to push up above roughly 1.2 to 1.3 cents, okay? And we're sitting at 1.2 cents, all right? We really need to start pushing up towards like closer to, 1.5 cents. That's what we're going to call it, to start to feel really convicted that we're going to see a massive run here. But everything is sort of lining up for Digibyte that I think very soon, we're going to see this thing shoot up in value. Keep an eye on Digibyte, ticker symbol DGB. Now, this is one that I've been speaking to for a while and talk about, and speak of taking longer than you anticipated. However, remaining patient, as Alchemy Finance holders are aware, going from 0.8 cents up to over 4 cents today, and doing a 4x in a matter of a very short period of time. It's important that if you see something in the charts and you see a pattern present itself and price actions moving a certain way, if you have an educated view on it and you have conviction behind it, unless if something materially changes in the chart, remain convicted on it. You got to be patient, okay? This chart, tell me that this, okay, note the bullish divergence on the RSI, which isn't present on the next chart I'm going to show you. So in some ways, this is actually a stronger formation than the next one. Does this not look similar to this? What happened here? Okay, falling wedge, fake out, breakout. Falling wedge, fake out. Are we going to get a breakout? Okay, I believe UMA, okay, ticker symbol UMA, and it has not gone up much in value since it bottomed out at about $1.46. I believe UMA is going to have a large, sharp, volatile increase in price. A lot of these crypto projects, if you begin to analyze them, have a common theme. And the theme is, if you look at the fib retracement from the top of the prior run all the way to the bottom of the correction, they're starting to come up, excuse me, they're starting to come up to this 0.382 fib retracement level. That's at $5.45. That's more than a 2x from where we're at. We're only at $2.26, okay? So what I've done, and full disclosure, I've been in this thing for a swing trade position, and I increased my position a couple days ago. I tweeted out, I have a blue box here that has an area of price confluence, the 0.382, an area of price confluence, and the zero point 0.5. Anywhere between $4.50 all the way up to about $8 is where I'm expecting to see this thing see a sharp increase in price. Okay, and really I'm playing it more towards the 450 to around $6 mark. Okay, the other thing to keep in mind, this is on the weekly, price is starting to get above and hold above this 21 weekly, 21 weekly, but exponential moving average. Anytime we've done that in the past, we've typically seen a sharp rise in price. You can see it here. You can even see it here. Doesn't look like a sharp increase in price, but that one from 12 all the way up to 24 and doubled in price. So I am still hypothesizing that we're going to see a sharp run in UMA. Keep an eye on it. One more to take a look at. I'm going to get to your questions. Haven't taken a look at this one in a while. I created a separate TA video similar to Digibyte on this one. This is ticker symbol REEF. This is Reef Chain. We're seeing bullish divergence here. This is on the 5-day. Price is declining. RSI has been increasing. It's been kind of blah, 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 blah. Hasn't been really doing anything. Well, I'm suspecting we are going to see a sharp increase in price relatively soon because we're seeing a lot of altcoins fire off, and this thing hasn't really been doing much. We see descending resistance here, an area of resistance right up here, and descending resistance. When I'm going to get really excited about Reef, okay, I want to clear 1.24 cents. This area right here, I want to get up here and hold it. Once we get up in this region, man, I'll tell you what, once we get up in this region, it's only a matter of time until we break around 2.9 cents, and then we're going to break our all-time high at roughly 5.5 cents, and then we are going to be in price discovery, which is going to be fun. Keep an eye on ticker symbol REEF, Reef Chain. Let's get to some comments and questions. See what everybody's got. I'll take a chart or two. We can take a look at a chart or two, and then I'm going to be rolling out here. Let's see what we got. Need that Digibyte looking spicy. Yeah, Digibyte is setting up for a sexy move here. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I think you're Evan. Clarify. You're talking about Bitcoin. The last week's candle close is above the August highs. Yeah, we're starting to. Bitcoin has really surprised me in terms of, it surprised me to a degree. It surprised me a little bit that it has risen as high as sharply as it has. I was suspecting more so that price was going to be kind of chippy choppy for several weeks at the start of 2023. But again, I've been here for many years, and I remember 2019. I remember 2020 and 21. So it's not super surprising to me. Are you selling any ETH before all-time highs? No. No, I am not. I'm not in any swing trade positions on ETH. So any ETH I would be selling would be new all-time highs. Maybe I should do a video on ETH, give you my thoughts on all-time high projections for Ethereum. I'll cut my leverage positions midway around 2,500 and hold my spot for long run. Yeah, I mean, when looking at ETH, like we just took a look at this one, 2,500. 2,500, to your point, is a logical area if you were swing trading this thing to start taking some profits. Take some off the table, certainly. Could we break right through 2,500 and head towards 3,200? Absolutely. It could shock everyone. Or 33, excuse me. Yeah, certainly. But I think 2,500 is a logical level, so I see what you're saying there. Lauren, congrats on the new job. Why, thank you, Lauren. Wishing you the best on all your projects and pursuits. Well, you'll be tuned in, so you can see all the projects and pursuits right here. But thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. Brian, Adam. Yeah, we can take a look at Adam. We can do that. Can you chart Matic? We just took a look at it, my friend, so hopefully I helped answer any questions. The day I finally sell my XRP, I'm putting it into 1-month bonds. They're almost 5%. Okay. I mean, alrighty. I don't know when you're planning to sell your XRP. I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are there. Um, I know that my price projections, my more recent price targets for XRP aren't as sexy as the clickbait that's out there, but I feel like I've given you guys my honest assessment of, where I think price is going in this final leg here based on prior performance. It's certainly not going to the astronomical figures that a lot of clickbait YouTubers have out there. What's up, Steady? Good to see you, my friend. Moon River. Yes, since you asked, we will chart Moon River. We'll take a look at it. I've never charted that one before. All right, so we have a few charting questions here. We got, so we got Adam, we got Moon River, and we got ADA. That's really all I'm going to have time for, so that's what we're going to do. Evan, I'm pissed I never kept any Matic. I was messing around with it during the summer. I'm pissed too. I got to tell you, when Matic was going on its big run in 2021, I was actually trading it. And had I just bought it and held on to it, it certainly would have been more advantageous because it ran a lot higher than I thought. So, the number of tabs open at all times is life. Yeah, number of tabs open at all times. I think I know what you mean by that. Yeah, I've had a lot going on. If that's what I think that's what you mean. I've had a lot going on, but anxious to continue to get more content out there. Josh, oh, thank you, my friend. Thumbs up, everybody. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Digibyte price target in 3 to 6 months. I'm not going to give a price target in 3 to 6 months, but I'll tell you what I can do. Once we start to get more excitement into the project, okay, and we start to, like, if we zoom out here on Digibyte real quick, once we start to get above here, we're starting to get up more towards 6 cents, even like 10 cents, 6 to 10 cents. I'll put out another video and we can take a look at some price projections, in my opinion, because I do have a good idea of what I think. Got some really nice picks. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hopefully you mean the charts I'm looking at. I'm not really sure what you mean. Nice, some really nice picks. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Evan. How about Phantom? Unless you charted before I came in. Holly, one chart too late. I don't have time to chart 4 today. I barely have time to chart 3. I might not even get to 3. You know what? You guys have something that I wasn't able to chart on the live stream today? Don't DM me. Do not DM me. I'm horrible at responding at DMs. Just tweet at me and ask me to chart something. And then it's that way I see it under the notifications, and I'd be happy to chart it for you. Very happy to chart it for you. But yeah, I'm horrible with DMs. Kava, we have another one. Okay, so we got a lot of requests for charts here. I think there's a total of 5. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to chart 5 charts. So what I'm going to do, and actually, you know what? Kava was the first question. So I am going to chart Kava. Other questions that I'm not going to have time for today were, let me make sure I got this correct, okay? Remember, just tweet at me. Just send a tweet to me, directly to me. Do not DM me, because I will not get it. I'm horrible with it. ADA, okay? So track, you want ADA. I think Brian wants Atom, okay? Holly wanted Phantom. And Brendan wants LCX. Guys, for all these charts, again, tweet at me. I'll put out some charts and tell you what I see in the charts. It will be fun for me to chart that tomorrow. I'll have time. I got time all week. All right? I have time all this week. You're going to see more videos coming out this week. But per the question that I got earlier, let's take a look at Kava. And actually, I thought I charted this one. Damn, I thought I'd... Okay, maybe I didn't. As you can see here, I was charting DOT recently prior to the breakout. I was thinking about establishing a position, and then I never got in. There's only so many projects you can get in, right? I mean, there's so many sexy-looking charts. You just got to pick and choose at some point. And you can't hold 30 assets. You could hold 30 assets, but I don't want to diversify that much. This is Kava on the Binance chart. Hopefully that's the best chart to use. KuCoin is definitely not the best chart to use. We're going to use Binance. Okay, one last time, guys. I'm going to chart out Kava. We're going to take a look at this chart. I'll let you know what I see in the chart. For any other chart that you guys are asking me about, please make sure to tweet at me and not DM me, and I'd be happy to chart it for you guys. I just saw every person drop off the live stream that wanted me to chart for them. I'm not going to get around to it. Sorry, guys. All right, let's take a look at Kava. First thing, let's draw some descending resistance here. Okay, we got some nice descending resistance. Might be a broadening wedge, some sort of broadening wedge. You can see a broadening wedge is bullish. Break up, not that high, break up. But for now, we have descending resistance. Let's draw that on Kava. This is weekly. We have enough price data. I want to kind of cluster the price data, consolidate it a bit. It's a little easier to read. I don't want to go into the daily. So I'm going to start drawing some obvious areas of price confluence to me. Looks like there is one right about. Remember, keep in mind as I'm drawing these areas of price confluence, there's zones and not specific price targets, right? So $2.99, it's $3, all right? So we're going to make this $3, all right? We don't need to make this absolutely perfect to a T, all right? Another obvious area. This is another area of price confluence around $2.17, we'll call it. I'll actually move that up right there. Kind of like that better. $2 and we'll call it 20 cents. All right. Another area. This is a really good looking chart, by the way. Who asked this question again? Is this Kevin? Yeah, Kevin. Good chart. Good. I get excited when people come on the live stream and they have really good charts for me to take a look at here. There was one recently someone wanted me to chart out and it looked really good, and I forget what it was. But I get excited when I see really good looking charts. Okay, so there's an area. Yeah, there's an area right there, which it looks like we're coming up at. And then obviously we have an area we're going to call support right about here at the candle bodies. Notice, I don't know if you guys notice this, but notice when I chart, okay, I take into account, I do take into account price wicks. But in this case, if you note, I want you to guys pay attention to something for a moment. I opt not to draw this. I could draw this. We don't want to take out that low of 52 cents. But to me, there's a lot more price confluence at the bodies. Like if I thought price was coming down to this area here, I would actually mark up 54 cents at these candle bodies. There's more, to me, there's more credence and credibility behind the candle bodies, and I think any chartist would tell you this, than the price wicks, because price wicks are an expression of what? Volatility. So right now, for Kava, and let's take a look at the price indicators real quick. What do we got on the MACD? Price indicators are so-so. Okay, nothing special going on. One more thing I just saw. I would actually draw this as well. Let's see if I can. There's another descending area of resistance. Absolutely. This actually looks similar to Reef in some senses because we have two descending areas of resistance and we're trying to break up above some red areas of resistance too. So here's what's going on for Kava. For everyone new tuning in, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon for notifications. So for Kava, there's a major area of confluence right here, okay? We're sitting right now at 99 cents. Is that correct? 99 cents, okay? And it looks like there's a major area of price confluence right around $1.20. Now, the other thing you have to understand is there are what are called psychological areas of price. $1, $10, $100. So $1 is a psychological area of price resistance right now because we're below it. If we were above it, it'd be an area of support, okay? So we can call $1 an area of resistance right now just based on psychological resistance. But we're going to start to face resistance up towards $1.20, and we got to break this descending resistance. So for Kava, Let's break descending resistance, get above $1.20. We're then going to face resistance at around $1.60. Once we move above $1.60, we're going to hit this 220 and probably this descending resistance right here. This is going to be a major area probably. 220 will probably be a major area, not only because of all the price confluence, but by the time we hit it, it may be at the same point where this descending resistance is at right here. We could hit around the same area, even if it's in here, okay? So I think this region is going to be a tough region to break, okay, up at like 220. And then you got $3 up here. These are really the main areas that I would worry about. So let's get above $1 psychological resistance, break this resistance, break $1.20, head up towards $1.60, and then this region up here towards like this 220 area, it's going to be a major area, okay? So I hope everyone appreciated the content. Look out for several videos this week. I'm going to have time to put together a few different videos. Brendan, thank you for the congratulations, yes, on the new job that I will be starting very, very shortly. My new boss does seem like a pretty cool guy. I have pretty good rapport with him. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you for everyone new tuning in. If you have a moment and you're tuning in live, make sure to rewind once the channel is the video is published to view the announcement about the channel as well, just so you're staying current with some changes upcoming to the channel. Not major changes, but some minor tweaks I'll be making to keep an eye on. So until next time, spread awareness, carry the education forward. Take care, guys.